You're now ready to do your first mock interview. First, I'm going to give you my 5-step framework for doing these interviews, and then you'll get to see the framework in action as you watch the full mock interview. I normally would recommend that you practice on a whiteboard and verify your answers using the SQL server. But since it is COVID times these days, use your better judgment on whether to practice on whiteboard, a mixture, or only on the computer, based on if you're going to have an on-site or not. I'll be doing the interviews on the computer. This is my 5-step framework. 1. Read through the questions carefully and state any assumptions that you have about the data. 2. Write down the steps of the query in English. 3. Write the actual query. And 4. Check the query thoroughly and correct any possible mistakes. Finally, 5. Suggest any possible improvements to the query and/or the approach to answering the question. And as an overall guideline, I recommend that you continuously talk throughout the entire process, so the interviewer knows exactly what it is that you're thinking and doing. This is not necessary, but I highly encourage you to do this because this allows the interviewer to point out any assumptions or mistakes that you could have made, which allows you to quickly course correct and not just go down the wrong path and waste a lot of time. Remember, your interviewer is actually rooting for you to do well, and they will help guide you through the interview. But they can't do that if they don't know what you're thinking or doing. All right, let's see it in action.
We're doing a routine report of our employees at Twitter. We'd like to find the top 3 unique salaries at each department. For your convenience, please refer to the results alphabetically by department and then by highest to lowest salary. Here's our table. It's called Twitter employee. The first column is ID of type int, followed by first name of type varchar, last name of type varchar, age of type int, sex of type varchar, employee title of type varchar, department of type varchar, salary of type int, target of type int, bonus of type int, email of type varchar, city of type varchar, address of type varchar, and manager ID of type int.
Okay, cool. So make sure I understand. So for this report of our employees, we're trying to find the top 3 unique salaries, right? So the top 3 unique salaries for each department.
Yeah, we're trying to find the top 3 unique salaries.
Okay, and then we want to order results alphabetically by department and by salary in descending order.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I have a few assumptions that I would just like to go over with you to make sure I understand. Should I be concerned about employees that are perhaps listed in multiple departments? Because I know some people generally are in companies.
Yeah, that's definitely a good concern, but don't worry about it for this question. Each employee will only be under one department.
Okay, cool. So then I can also assume that in terms of that pay structure, employees are just however much salary they're being listed is gonna just be that salary under that department for that employee.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna first go through how I will approach this question, and then I'll go ahead and write the query. Does that sound like a good plan?
Yeah.
Okay, so to approach this question, I will first do use a dense rank and partition that by department and order by salary in descending order. And then I will do a filter. So the rank ID is going to be less than or equal to 3. And then I'll also do a unique to remove people who might be ranked higher. To write the query from Twitter employee, I'm going to do select department salary, and I'm going to do dense rank over partition by department and order by salary and descending. I'm going to call that rank ID. And I'm going to write a subquery here to filter it. So with ranked as, like that. And then from ranked, I'm going to select department salary and rank ID. And then I'm going to do where rank ID is less than or equal to 3. And to get the unique of this, we're going to do distinct over here. And finally, we want to order this by department as well as the salary in descending order. So I'm just going to make sure that this is correct. Okay, so we have dense rank partitioned by department order, by salary. That looks right. And then we're ranking it, and then we're going to get the unique of it over here, and we're ordering by department and salary. That looks correct to me. And I think that this is already pretty efficient.